A new trailer just came out for Pet Sematary Bloodlines, which is a prequel to, you guessed it, yes, Pet Sematary. I am a huge Stephen King fan. In most of my videos, you can see my bookshelves back there, and on those bookshelves, I own all except for, I think, 4 Stephen King books. And I really love Pet Sematary, and I really enjoy the original Pet Sematary movie, even though the 2018 remake was a very average movie. But with that being said, the lore of Pet Sematary just has so many question marks around it. And in my mind, it makes sense that of all the Stephen King stories, Pet Sematary makes probably the most sense to make a prequel for. But with that being said, my expectations are very low, because whatever story they come up with, I'm sure won't be as satisfying as just the wonder is in my mind when it comes to the lore of Pet Sematary. Like, at the end of the day, me being me, I would prefer not to know the answers, not to know the lore. The question is one of the things that makes that story so good. But if this movie sucks, I'll just, in my mind, think of it as an optional prequel, nothing that's truly, genuinely canon. And also my expectations are low because, like I said before, the 2018 Pet Sematary movie was just very average in my mind. I very much prefer the original Pet Sematary movie, even though it's technically, in a lot of ways, a bad movie. It's honestly a very recent phenomena that most Stephen King adaptations are good. 2017's It movie really spawned a new era of Stephen King adaptations, because before that movie came out, it was The Shining was good, Misery was good, Shawshank Redemption was good. There was a small handful of Stephen King adaptations that were genuinely, technically good, but 90% of them were schlock, but charming schlock. But enough talking, let's check out this new trailer. But before I do that, subscribe. I absolutely love horror, and most of what I do on this page leans towards horror. I do trailer reactions, I talk about TV shows, I talk about movies, and I talk about survival horror video games. But again, enough talking, let's check out this trailer. Creepy visuals already. Ludlow.
We should go wherever. Just enjoy every second of getting the heck out of Ludlow!
Decent vibe already.
The hell is that?
That is creepy. Very creepy.
First place I learned about death was a Pet Sematary.
Is that a real dog? Or is that CGI? If it's a real dog, great acting on that dog. Masks.
Generation to generation, dead things buried in that land would come back. There's something else.
Can you hear them? Voices.
Weird.
I think something's wrong. Continue.
It needs time to adjust.
The people built the Pet
The masks make me think that it's going to be directly connected to the 2018 movie.
Something's talking through.
Like, set in that continuity.
Hell, what have you done?
That guy.
Now stop this.
I held him the day he came into this world, and I'm gonna hold him the day he goes out.
Believe me when I say sometimes dead is better.
Such a classic quote. I just hope this movie does it justice. October 6th. Wow, that's right around the corner. So that trailer looks better than I was expecting, but that's not saying much because my expectations were so low. But with that being said, my expectations haven't risen either. I'm just very neutral about what I've seen. I hope it's good, but my gut is telling me it's gonna fall into the category of the recent Firestarter movie and the new Children of the Corn remake. But my biggest takeaway from that trailer was that it doesn't feel, again, based on the trailer, like a Stephen King story. Now, obviously, this isn't based technically on a Stephen King story. Yes, it's based on Pet Sematary, but I'm assuming this is an original story created by the screenwriters, just, you know, loosely connected to that Stephen King story. And it really, really shows, because if you know Stephen King, if you read his books, if you've watched his faithfully adapted movies, you'd know that they just have a certain feel, a certain vibe, and this movie had none of that. Or this trailer had none of that, I mean. What did you think about the first trailer for Pet Sematary Bloodlines? I will watch this on October 6th, and I will review it on this channel. So consider subscribing if you're interested in that as well. And, yeah. Thank you for watching, especially if you watched this far.